to everyone on the channel. Another Idaho got into our work, this time ID6. With a mileage of some crazy 37 kilometers, the car is brand new still in. There's even a sticker on the film on the steering wheel, but the problem here is that it doesn't get in touch. Unit 6C is a rear view camera unit, and the 360-degree view doesn't work at all. Although there are cameras here, in general, we will figure out what we have why the 360 camera does not work. During the diagnosis, we were led to this block. This is the block that is responsible for the all-round view, and it stands under the seat on the right side. That's just our electronics engineer trying to figure out what's wrong with him, because so far it's not clear 36 kilometers of mileage. And the unit does not turn on, the power goes to it, but it does not want to work yet, to figure out what is here. Why on a car with 36 kilometers already had to disassemble the interior? By the way, it was already clear that the seat was removed. In general, now we are trying to deal with this case. The slots on the left seat were clogged. And here, there is, for example, there is not, and there is not. Let's take a look with a thermal imager. He probably warms up. It's shorter than the little tensions that he doesn't want. He may have to work to wait for the parcel on the can line. It is still necessary. Well, yes, if it can't be repaired, we checked everything that could be checked, and at the same time rang the components, and what was found? There was some kind of garbage on the legs of the processor, and apparently it was shortening something. Because of this, our block did not get in touch. Now, after removing the purge of this garbage that got there, either the head or some kind of chips, our unit began to communicate, and the camera began to work. The 360 camera is just here. The door is open here, so it seems like everything is beautiful. But something is not being finalized somewhere. And the camera works. The 360 camera works. But there is some problem with the lock does not open. The rear trunk does not open the trunk lid, and now we are trying to figure out what the anus is with it. Tell me what you found. Well, that the drive works. The end cap is working. It turns out either the drive motor does not work, or the power does not come here to control it. Now we will figure it out. So, we have 4 pins. This is motor control. The third is this earth. 1, 2 is the end. There is land. The end caps opened. It's clear that they worked. That is, we don't have a plus. In theory, it served when you open the trunk. But here, now we will check the plus. And we try to press, it comes, as the device shows the problem is somewhere here. The motor for some reason does not want to work. Well, now let's see what VAG has done so that new spare parts no longer work, but I'll make a reservation right away, that it's still Chinese varnish, that this lock was opened a little bit. And they found out that the contact simply did not reach. It turns out that there is a contact motor here, and it just did not reach the lock, not in this connector itself, but everything is working inside now. There is everything working, but it was a little unfinished. Now you can check that they are fully fixed on fully, and it will be possible to assemble like this. You buy a new car, but it's good here that this defect was revealed by sellers, namely sellers and such trifles. Chinese cars consist of something like a trifle, but there was no contact here. There was D4, I don't know. Maybe it will be in one video. There was one on D4 in which it was just garbage in the block because of this did not work, but maybe everything was a little more serious. And the pump was jammed in general, on new cars. These are the problems the officials do pre-sale preparation. And eliminating the defects that could have arisen. And here in fact too, the sellers eliminated pre-sale preparation. And if you order a car yourself, then in fact, the pre-sale preparation is done by the owner of the car himself. In general, these are is that there are such problems with new cars of other brands. But not everyone stays inside the official service center that sells and maintains them, and I doubt that the management of the service center will allow posting such videos online. But since we are not unofficial dealers of any kind, brands, and not constrained by the requirements of not disclosing information about technical breakdowns, then we familiarize our viewers with similar situations, so if you don't want to miss new videos on repairing electric hybrid vehicles, then subscribe to the channel. Put a bell, so as not to miss the new videos, and I in turn, want to thank the National Forces of Ukraine, in particular the Air Defense, for their work, and do not forget that it is only thanks to them that we have a relatively safe life. And therefore I ask all viewers, do not forget to support the health of the forces of Ukraine, who can do anything